Hello and welcome to the Williams warm-up. We are here for round 2 in Saudi Arabia of the F1 2022 World Championship. Today we will give you an insight to the Jeddah Corniche track with the insight from one of our engineers and also from one of our drivers, Logan Sargeant. But first, we know that Formula One drivers are very competitive, but what about the teams behind them? So we have two teams. We have Team Latifi and Team Albon. And first of all, we have Gorka and Ben going up against each other. Let's see what they're made of.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Head to Head between the two sides of the garage. We've got Ben, who is Nicky's number 1. We've got Gorka, who is Alex's number 1. Before we start, I want to say I'm completely impartial in this and completely unbiased. Alright, we're going to test their athleticism, we're going to test their hand-eye coordination, and we're going to test their speed and reaction. Let's go, boys. Let's do it. Yep. First test is athleticism.
Oh, great.
Oh my God.
We're going to start the clock. First person to make a mistake loses.
I've not skipped since, I don't think I've ever skipped.
Get yourself.
I don't think I ever skipped in my life.
Man,
Can I have a couple of goes before?
I can't. That's
What is
the
that?
microphone. Wait! We're not.
No, we haven't started.
That was the
We haven't
start.
started.
Start and stop. All right, let's get this clock going. We're going to go on 3. Get yourself in the same mistake.
I can't remember the last time I did this.
3, 2, 1, go.
A little daisy look. Oh! Yeah! Oh, too confident. You cheated anyway.
No,
you,
I didn't.
You hit the table.
I didn't.
first.
We didn't start it. We said we start on the clock.
I counted you. That was not a bad effort. You started strong and then you
Yeah, I
got
just-
cocky. Round 1 to Alex's side. Gorka.
Well done to Gorka. That was impressive, especially the skipping. Very impressive. So he's put Team Albon 1-0 ahead. Let's see if Team Latifi can bring it back in round 2.
Now we're going to go hand-eye coordination, a little bit of reaction.
Oh my God.
Right, what am I doing then? Tell me.
So, stand as you are.
Yeah.
We're going to go 5 times. We're going to hold the balls up.
So what am I doing with my hands?
Hands behind your back. As I drop a ball, you got to get there and catch it.
What?
Okay?
I've got to do one hand.
One hand. Right. You can go with both hands if you want, but it's going to be a little bit slower. 5 rounds, a point for each ball. Ready? Oh, nearly. You were there, you just missed it.
Grab catch, grab touch.
Swipe with it nicely. Hey, there he is. Oh, good work. Yes! We'll give him that 3 out of 5.
That'll do, that'll do. Whoa, come on, guys. Well, I didn't cheat, at least I went on the right time. Bananas.
Oh,
He's on it. Oh!
Oh, it's a little bit higher this. Hey,
That's a good one.
That's 3. We'll take that. 4.
Feed it.
Oh! Oh, 4 out of 5.
Nearly.
2 rounds to Gorka. We're going to have to do performance enhancing drug test afterwards. Need some urine samples from both of you. Okay, you're going to come up, stand in front. Hands can hover over the lights. They're going to flash green and red. So green and red will come out at the same time. You have to avoid the red and just go for the green. So there's a little bit of speed and a little bit of decision making. So you're only going for the green. Yep. All right. Each time there'll be a little bit of a delay, so it won't be just bum bum bum. There's a delay between 0.5 and 1.5 seconds. Winner is the quickest with least amount of mistakes. Slow, the quickest reaction time in between lights. Who wants to go first?
Right, so don't hit the reds.
Just hit the green. Exactly. You can position your hands any way you like. I'll count you in. 3, 2, 1. Good.
Checking.
It's a very delicate touch. At this point, Alex is smashing it through the table.
I know it's. Oh.
Good. Average reaction time is 4-1-3.
Is that any good?
Yeah, that's pretty decent. So average reaction time 4-1-3. That's the time to beat. Alright, Gorka. Same again. Just getting the green. 3, 2, 1, push.
That was slow. Whoa! Oh, that's 2 places back. Good. 3, 5. I'll put it on.
Oh, that was so close. 418.
Yes, did I win one? Yes.
Well done.
That's all right.
Well done.
That'll do. I won one, I'm happy with that.
That finishes our garage head-to-head. A very admirable 1-1 win for Ben.
Well done.
Thank you, mate. But unsurprisingly,
From
you're
the
not at side of
skipping.
garage.
Yeah, it was the skipping he'd set off. Well done, mate. Well done,
man.
Yeah,
Well done.
Good sight. Cheers.
Thank you very
very
much.
much.
Good fun, man. Thank you.
That's where I'm on.
Dan, next time, let's do it with you.
I can't believe the skipping thing. Gorka was out straight away. He hit the table. Boom, gone. He put it in the wall. He put it in the wall before he even left the pit lane. Before he left the pit lane, mate.
Get Mike Massey down here.
That's what I'm saying. Get him down here. Mate, he comes in, starting my stopwatch, and you were literally. I reckon that stopwatch was going.
I think you need a timeout. Just take a breath. And you just get a little bit of a load.
I reckon it was, mate.
It's
I
okay.
reckon that's
It's
right.
It's not all about winning. It's about taking part, right?
Can we go and finish building the cars now?
Yes, please. We've got to be on. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Nice one.
Now let's focus on the track. We are here at the Jeddah Corniche Circuit, and there's been a few minor changes, especially the last corner. It's a lot wider, which is going to be interesting. But to find out more, we've sent the head of communications, Rebecca Banks, to meet up with Nicky's engineer, Gaetan. Got a bit of experience with Gaetan. He's a good lad.
You are Nicky's race engineer. Can you explain to us what that role looks like on a day-to-day basis?
Well, it's trying to make sure Nicky is ready, has all the information he needs to complete the run plan, all the tools to go as quick as possible in the car, to feel comfortable and confident, and progressively migrate the setup through the events towards what Nicky needs to get that confidence and get that improvement in pace.
And we're here in Jeddah, which is a street circuit. It's the fastest F1 street circuit.
Yes.
Can you tell us about the challenges of street circuits, and in particular, the challenges that Jeddah poses?
Well, I think street circuit is always a challenge because visibility, you're closer to the wall, there's a bit more intensity to it, and you're more likely to go into traffic, you're more likely to be crashes, so race incidents. So I think the driver loves it. The speed obviously gives a bit of a thrill, and there's a lot of blind corners. This corner, there's going to be a bit less blind, it's flat, but now they open the wall, so it's quite open on the side. And it was mostly for visibility because there was a few incidents into turn 4 last year. But most of the track stayed the same, and I think everybody loves coming back.
And I'm here with you on the track walk. You do a track walk with Nicky every race. What do you talk about, and what's the objective of doing it?
The objective is, firstly, it's always good to refresh your memory of what the track is, and it also gives myself and Nicky an hour and a half with no one to come to disturb us.
Sorry.
So today we have marketing with us. We are very happy to have them with us. But the big thing is that you get an hour and a half just with the driver. You can talk about anything. So sometimes we talk about life, we talk about the past event, what we just did, what we could have done better, what we should learn from it, and what are the goals and the main bullet point the driver needs to take into the next event.
Okay, so you mentioned crashes, you mentioned walls. Last year was a thriller. They've reprofiled certain sections of the track. Can you talk us through the changes that have been made and what impact that may have this year?
Honestly, I think the two big impacts are exit of the corner we just did, turn 1, 2. The wall is watered to the driver, so the driver would just use that additional space to just open the line and go quicker on exit. So I don't think that would change massively. That will help a bit visibility for the driver if there is an incident. The rest of the track is mostly about details on barrier and safety, but that's not going to impact what we do and what the driver will do. And the last corner and the straight line has been widened to 12 meters, so it's going to help racing and give more room to the driver to race wheel by wheel.
And here, what are the key engineering factors that make a difference?
I think wind is a big one. It's very windy today.
Very windy today.
Yes, that definitely has a big impact because the way the car behaves will change through the lap because of that. So in terms of understanding and driver preparation, that is a big factor. Otherwise, it's a combination of high-speed corner, and it's one of the longest track of the year with the highest full load time. So car efficiency is very important. So try to reduce drag but keep downforce in the car for the high-speed section. And that's it.
Okay. And how different is the challenge here to last week in Bahrain?
Ooh, I think very different. The track layout is different. Bahrain has much more braking zone, low speed corners. This is much more flowing, high speed. The downforce level the team are going to use is likely to change, I guess. And the tires are also different. They're on the softer compound. So we all have to reset a bit what we think we knew from Bahrain and learn here. Interestingly, it's a night race, but we can expect higher temperature than in Bahrain as well.
And tell us about that softer tyre compound.
Oh.
Why and what does it do?
It's more grip. I think Bahrain is a very rough track surface that is very demanding for the tire, but this track is very smooth. So you need the softer compound to generate grip. Last year we were a bit worried about what the track will give us, but the grip level was very good, very strong, and the driver could push straight out from P1.
Okay. Now, he mentioned earlier that marketing had disturbed his peaceful time with Nicky, so we will let them go and talk about life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Becca.
Thank you, Rebecca. It's always lovely hearing a race engineer's point of view and perspective of a circuit and their changes. Now it's time to hear from a driver. So Ben caught up with Logan Sargeant just before he heads out for his F2 session.
So Logan, last time we spoke was in a rainy Northampton. Weather was a little bit cold.
Wait a second. Freezing. Freezing cold.
Okay. No.
I'm a Floridian.
Now we're here in the Saudi Arabian paddock. Weather a bit more to your liking?
Yeah, the sun's out. A little humid, so it's much more similar to Florida, so I'm happy.
I'm sure it was nice in Bahrain as well, and sort of looking at round one for you in F2, how was that? How did you find it?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Our pace was really promising. We had good speed throughout the weekend. Really happy with our qualifying performance, but didn't quite string it together in the races, so try to rectify that here this weekend.
You mentioned that qualifying performance. How did you find that? It's, you know, for your first taste in 2022 to be in that qualifying session, finishing or qualifying fourth. How did you find it?
Well, I haven't had too much experience on the soft tires, so it's quite a big step when you jump from the hards. So it's just about picking that up a little bit better going forward, and then hopefully we can be first, not fourth.
So just sort of taking into account what you've learned from the round one and also being at Williams so far, you know, what are the main things that you feel like you're learning at the moment and what you feel like you're developing?
The whole race procedures are much more difficult in F2 between the start procedure and also pit stops, but also tire management's massive. Like I said, qualifying, we need to get on top of utilizing the grip a little bit better, and then just making that tire last through the races, which we did well in Bahrain. We just need to keep that up and keep learning.
Obviously, you know, your first taste in F2 was here in Jeddah. How did you find that last year?
It's definitely a tricky, challenging, twisty circuit. You really need to find a good flow, a good rhythm at this track. So that's sort of my aim going into free practice, is just getting in a good rhythm with it, and then just taking it that step further in qualifying.
Yeah, of course, and obviously just be looking to develop on that, and then looking further ahead, you know, a lot of races to come. What are you looking to build on? You know, a good first step, is it just looking now to build on that, you know, win some races, get on the podium as well, just trying to build on that performance that you set the foundations with?
Yeah, I think you know, the good part is we're down to just details. So it's very minor things that we need to improve on. And look, it's a long season. So even though the first round didn't go perfectly to plan, the pace was there to put in really good results. So we just need to start executing our weekends a little bit better.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was the warm-up from here in Saudi Arabia. Catch us in 2 weeks when we'll be in Australia for the Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne, one of my favourite tracks. But please sign up for your driver card at williamsf1.com, download the app, and there you go, you get all the action.